Hey, what's going on, traders? Tom here, the consultant, and welcome back to episode 5 of our market replay using the DOM order flow to trade futures. Today we are looking at replaying, November 1st. You can see here on my screen, November 1st, this would be last Tuesday, 2022. We're going to be starting off at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so this is 30 minutes after the North American market opens, so it's going to be the S&P, the NASDAQ, etc., etc. The strategy manager, I was doing a very tight scalp, and I don't think that's really working right now unless you can absolutely nail the entry. And for me, if you see my past videos, I'm not there yet. It's hit or miss, and I would probably say I'd probably have maybe a 10% chance of hitting it at this point. So what I've done here is I've scaled back my contracts. I'm going back to one contract, 20 tick stop and a 20 tick take profit. Now that doesn't mean that since this is a bracket order, I'm just going to set it and forget it. No, that's not what I like to do. I don't like to just set it and forget it because, you know, I don't want to forget that I have a stop loss that I can manipulate. Okay, now the take profit I don't manipulate at all. That is still always my target. But what I will manipulate is the stop loss, and that will always go up, never backwards. Okay, so if we need to go backwards, then we need to close the position and readjust our entry. I've got the DOM, I've got our P&L positions. I don't always trade with my P&L showing, but for the purposes of market replay, and for you guys, I want you to see, you know, the open and the close, the average price, my fill, and the, you know, of course the P&L, because that helps. Here we've got the reconstructed tape, which I believe is set to, what is this set to? 15. So this will only show orders or order fills of 15 or 15 lots or larger. And then the second one here is the summary tape. So this is going to show everything. It's just going to blast everything out for us. Onwards, let's go ahead and get this party started, and we're going to start here. November 1st, 2022, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's go. Alright guys, we are going to stop it there. We are right at about 40 minutes. I did want to point out, this was kind of just a quick debrief. You might have noticed that this is quite a bit of a different pace from my other previous replays. I'm really trying to focus on one of two things. One, I'm trying to find the run-ups, or the, where it either runs up or runs down, and what I'm looking for on those are the second entries. So it doesn't necessarily mean I'm trying to find the big churn and then decide, have a bias on what way it's going. I'm not worried about catching that as much anymore, but my idea is to, if it runs up super fast, chances are is that it's gonna pull back, and it's gonna allow you a better opportunity to find that second entry. So that's really what I'm trying to really focus on. The alternative to that is, if you really want to try and scalp that, which is very hard and you have to be very, very quick, is when you do have a run up or a run down, is you can try to pick the top or the bottom and fade that back a couple of ticks. Now that's not something I'm trying to catch anymore. In my previous videos, I was trying to kind of hop on that trend at some points, but right now I'm really just trying to focus on finding those run-ups and then trying to see if it'll pull back, for that second entry. So we got some really good trades in. We ended positive $43.75. Yeah, I did want to note that I think around 16 minutes in this video, we did have, I think I placed a stop order, and I think it was one of these. It was one of these really, really small ones, where we would kind of have like this bowl type of picture in the profile. The reason I was kind of cringing at that, because my stop loss was literally right in the middle. I think I can find, yeah, it was something like this. It's not this price, but it was very much like this. And if you've ever seen a footprint chart, you would know that if you get a good run through these, eventually the chart or price will eventually crawl back and refill this in. It's what a lot of people call filling in the gap. But it eventually will. Stuff like this, price will creep right back up here and fill this in the chart. So that's kind of why I was a little cringy on that, and I was a little anxious to move my stop loss into take profit, even just a little bit. It was just a little bit more than break even, because I at least want to be able to cover my commissions, which is like $1.20 round trip. So other than that, guys, I think this is a really good session. Not a whole lot of trades, focus more on patience and trying to find those second entries. Other than that, links down in the description for literally all the tools that I use. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Later.